Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Couple Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the left side as the blue OKW play, we have Mr. President. Spawn on the right side as the red Soviets, we have a foreign name. Looks like got a squad of conscripts coming up, Volksgrenadiers in return, not big surprise, pretty standard build for each other, though could potentially see a Kubowagen. Conscripts, no combat agents pusher immediately out on the map, so looks like a conscript over there, no tier 1 nor tier 2. We got immediate doctrine lock-in of Overwatch doctrine. Jaeger infantry should do quite well on this map. It's nice, wide, and open, so Jaeger infantry should be able to get some good work done. Over here we got some potential doctrines. We got airborne troop tactics. Not a big fan of this doctrine myself, but it is effective. We got guard motor coordination tactics, another always reasonable doctrine. Got 100mm mortars and the guards rifle infantry squads with T-35s, marked target, everything you really need. And mechanized support tactics. This could be quite useful in this map. It's wide open. ISU could do some good work. Stealth ATT guns and guards troops not bad either, and as well as marked target. It's a good doctrine, but most of the time we don't see ISU 152s in 1v1s. We got the Storm Pioneers and Volkswagen kept to the northern side of the map. Down south, we got conscripts pushing their way forward, and combat engineers and conscripts in the northern top middle-ish part of the map. Volksgrenadiers and conscripts may eye each other relatively soon. Sandbags number one now, and conscripts pushing way forward. Once they spot the Volksgrenadier, they can just fall back to that light cover right there. They do go over the heavy cover there. It does spend a little more time, but of course it is better cover and he's out of range. I probably would just stick to light cover there, but now the Volksgrenadiers are charging forward. They will receive a lot of additional damage there. They do drop a model immediately. Storm Pioneers also advance as well. We do have no retarget towards the Storm Pioneers neither, and does fall back nice and early. And so the map, we got the combat engineers captured the munitions point. And down south, we got the conscripts captured the VP wall to plant some sandbags. We got a bit of a delayed support weapon coming in. It's earlier than you usually see it, but later than immediately, of course, being built. Got second combat engineer squad as well, so he's going for a lot of capping squads, and now he's going for a Maxim or two. A nice mix field deployment, and it's actually a relatively uncommon build order, to say the least. Usually don't see a Maxim out this early, or really at all most games. Conscripts are eyeing for some heavy cover here. They deployed out their own sandbags. Volksgrenadiers are advancing, pushing way forwards now, but Storm Pioneers, they should be able to get some good work done. They're at full health. They receive some fire there, but the Storm Pioneers have closed the business there. They should be able to get some good work done. The conscripts are not getting good focus firing down. Does drop a model there. And he's fall back right around now. He's prone to even being squad wiped right now. This conscript squad is advancing forward. Getting inside this heavy cover there wouldn't be half bad. Volksgrenadiers, however, fire from the heavy cover he so graciously is provided. And Storm Pioneers going to capture the VP, and with two Volksgrenadier squads, one is more than plenty enough to take out that, remove this garrison, since only 3 windows firing, and heavy cover is better than garrison cover. Max is pushing way forward as well. One squad is actually out of heavy cover, does get suppressed immediately. Target the proper squad, and aiming suppression does get the other squad as well. Conscripts need to get on out of the garrison. They no Molotov research nor medic. And oh, he's in heavy cover. I think it's not flanking shots. Storm Pioneers, however, going for a flank. Good thing he didn't retreat back that squad immediately. Decides to rotate the gun around. There's a couple windows on the over here. The conscript provides some fire support, and this Storm Pioneer model does get caught out, does suppress a squad. We'll take that and reset up. That's a bad angle for reset up. There's only 2 models remain, so the defense crews may be able to force him back. And that Storm Pioneer squad goes in melee range, and the conscripts inside this garrison should be able to deal with the Storm Pioneer. Defense crews as well. So defense crews were actually reasonable enough there as well, and these Volksgrenadiers are still suppressed. And they should maintain suppression there. I don't believe these are flanking shots, so I believe that's... Oh, no, that may be flanking shots right there. So then maybe that's one reason why that suppression stayed around for so long. I think that may have been flanking shots. Jaeger Light Infantry has been pointed out. Immediately receives a volley there from the conscripts. Does get to the heavy cover there. Very nice. No HQ truck just deployed out yet. Actually... Yeah, there we go. Getting the mechanized support battle group there. Once he gets that, he should be able to get his scope rifles. This is a good angle for the Jaeger infantry to engage the conscripts, but of course the Maxim fighting their own damage support. Volksgrenadiers forced back the conscript, and now we do have the relatively early Tinker V battalion, so now he should be able to play on early T-70. He does have enough fuel for a, whatchamacallit, for a half-track, and a T-70, enough munitions will be, or fuel will be available for the T-70 relatively shortly. Volksgrenadiers trying to flank the Maxim. They may be able to get it. Maxim already at Veteran C1. And the Soviet player has been maintaining control of this fuel point for quite some time. Not sure when that happened, but I think one of the Volksgrenadiers and Sturm Pioneers made their way down south, let it open for their squad. Does get inside the garrison there. Does provide him some good protection there. Great AoE burst it, and does retreat back nice and early. He's still prone to being wiped at this moment, though this Volksgrenadier squad did not take opportunities to focus him down. If he did, he potentially could have got a squad wipe. Maxim does save on out of there, has 3 models remaining, and medics back at home.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to fight for the motherland. Ambush camouflage now available.
Oh, but you got some upgrades, I hear. Wait. Guess it wasn't these guys. We do have a second flamer now deployed on the field. Of course, guards rifle infantry immediately upgraded DPs. Very nice. The Wehrmacht player, the OKW player, is pretty low on munitions. I wonder if he's been spending on landmines. She'll run into melee range of Sturm Pioneers. Not a great, but the flamer's here to support. Just ignore all the fire at your back. It's friendly fire, which is not exactly the greatest. The conscript squad should eye merging onto the combat engineer before retreating back, but they did not. And now the Volksgrenadier squad will eventually push away the combat engineer. Combat engineer only has 2 rifles up, and now does get forced back there. Maxim pushing way forward. Guards rifles with the DPs have been spotted. Jaeger infantry going to a pretty close range. That's not exactly a good spot for the Jaeger infantry. Frag grenade was thrown. He does avoid it. And we've got the sniper shot there, but that was not a snipe shot itself. Maxim does fire there, getting some good hits there on the Volksgrenadier. Incendiary grenade was thrown, which will perhaps force back the Maxim. The Jaeger infantry is not fully out of the woods yet. It has very little health remaining, but enough to escape on out there. Volksgrenadier squad did not get focused down whatsoever. Sturm Pioneers are not properly pursuing the Guards rifles. Guards rifles received quite a bit of losses there. Only has 1 DP up at the moment.
The sector is at risk.
Volksgrenadiers making their way forward. We do have the Flamer engineer trying to get the garrison once again. That would be a good garrison for him. Only 1 window on that side, but that is a window meant for a flamethrower. On this side, there is 2 windows. I thought there was 3. Yeah, there's 3 windows. And finds a trip flare, and very nice. And it looks like he's out of range of the flamer there, so all 3 bolt action rifles are firing, which still be a good garrison as these Volksgrenadiers are advancing as well. He may have this sheer panzer quarter spotted. No, he does not. Nowhere near. Volksgrenadiers getting some good fire onto this combat engineer. Jaeger infantry engaging at close range. He fears no fire. And it looks like, ooh, this may be a wipe Sturm combat engineer. Sturm Pioneers retreat, not really properly being microed back. And does get him killed off there. Conscripts are advanced or getting flanked by the Jaeger Light Infantry and Volksgrenadiers and does fall back as well. Sturm Pioneers may get some shots there on their retreat path. And does throw out a stun grenade right there. Stun grenade was successful, but did not close the distance right there. He could go ahead and get behind this heavy cover there. Though it's not really necessary, though again on the far side would allow him to get... Oh, nice frag grenade there. Gets damage, no model kills there. And the Maxim's will cover his retreat path.
We are losing territory.
Volksgrenadiers and conscripts are engaging at close range. With a SCG upgrade as well, it should be able to be a good engagement for the conscripts. Not conscripts, but Volksgrenadiers.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Maxim now setting it up, trying to get some good damage onto these Volksgrenadiers. Does have a guy in heavy cover, so won't get good suppression there. Needs to retarget the other squad, but he has not. Still in arc, however. Guards Rifleman A moving forward, and we've got these forces capturing around down south. And I just realized something. We mentioned beforehand he's going to go for a T-70 rush, but he has not gotten T-70. In fact, if he were to deploy out the next structure, he potentially could have got out a T-34-76 at this time, but he has not. Low in manpower, looks like. Oh, nope, he's building it right now. And we do also have, we know about the Guards Rifle, but it is the doctrine meant for the ISU-152. We may see the ISU-152 out on the field at some point in time in the game. Oh, finds a landmine there. Only one of the Jaeger Light Infantry goes down.
Supply lines have been cut. Sector is secured. Engineer standing by.
On the left side, got the Obs, some fresh Obs deployed down the field. And does have the LMG-34. He is finding some good cover there, but the Guards Riflemen have braced dirt.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted. Thermobaric close air support is available.
Guards Rifleman squad does fall back there. Ooh, drops a PTRS, which actually can be a benefit. Because the PTRS reduces the anti-infantry damage output of the Guards Riflemen.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
However, the Maxim does find both these squads, suppresses the Volksgrenadiers. Picking that up with the Jaeger with the Obslassen is a very poor decision. We got the combat engineers engaging at close range with the Flamer once again. Got this Flamer as well. Oh, he has actually rebuilt this Flamer squad, hasn't he? Does have 0 kills at the moment. And the Volksgrenadier squad is trying to go for a flank there, and will receive suppression there as well. Will receive a Cinder Grenade there onto the Maxim, and the Maxim will take a long time to fall back. It will need to do a full retreat at this point in time. It's about ready to burn lots of squads alive. At this point in time, he's so wounded and best retreated back, gets it back to the medics. Shirpan's has not been spotted, but of course he knows about the Obslassen and the LMG-34, so he has an idea what doctrine he's gone for. However, he hasn't spotted the exact location. Or maybe spotted it with that combat engineer flanking. Good damage there on the conscript squad, however, it does get that cutoff point. Cutting off nothing. Does find the Shirpan quarters now. It does get inside the garrison. The conscript squad does fall back, but prone to being wiped at this moment.
Ready for combat. Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Enemy forces
Got
are
T-34-76, which would be an excellent anti-infantry tool. There's no Volcano Warfare out in the field at the moment. Does find a flare mine there with the Obslassen squad, so that's a good hit. T-34-76 rolls a miss there on the Sturm Pioneers. Wilcox going to try to corral them with a crush. T-34-76 does find a kill there. Could potentially put some pressure onto the Rear Panzer Quarter. Volcano Warfare is on the build queue. Nope, I heard a grenade. It was down here. The conscript squad is quite wounded. I think that was a 7-man squad upgrade. And now the Shirpan corps are in T-34-76 are engaging. And that was enough damage to get a Faust off of a snare. I thought the last shot may have been just enough. I don't think the previous shots was. Does cancel landmine there. Those he's about ready to throw an incendiary grenade into the garrison. We're seeing some great flame bursts there, and plus he is very piled up, so get some extra damage there. Extra splash damage. Jaeger infantry engaging in close range. Does get a shot there, but he's in flamer range. Troop pioneers push the way forward. These two guys do fall back. Likely should be escape out without a squad wipe. And now we do got the guards riflemen engaging the Volksgrenadier. They do drop another model there. Looks like a 1 DP, 1 PRS. Is trying perhaps going for a merge there. It does get a merge off. It does. The merge does have some problems, however, because those conscripts retain their target size. The VPs are still in favor of the OKW player, but only by a small margin. It is growing larger. Combat engineers trying to run towards this T-34-6. Now needs some repairs. Does get some good suppression there on the Volksgrenadiers. The combat engineers go push forward towards the Beckenwerfer. It does get some good damage there as well with the flamer, getting some nice stacked up shot, nice splash damage. We do have now a Panzer IV deployed out on the field. That should be a very big item. Oh, I hear a grenade. Looks like the conscript squad does get forced back thanks to incendiary grenade there, as we do got these Shield Pioneers getting forced back as well. Incendiary grenade is thrown atop the brace dirt guards riflemen. It looks like one of the models being burned. The Panzer IV needs to go for a crush. When they're bracing dirt like that, it is no dodge crushing like being pinned, so they can quickly be crushed and killed by a tank.
AT gun is ready for combat.
This gun has been pulled down the field. That should help fight that Panzer IV.
We are losing territory.
Does find a landmine right there, snaring the engine of the Panzer IV, though it's a little bit iffy whether this Panzer IV can really successfully engage it. Of course, it's potential Faust and Beckenwerfer here, and this, yeah, going in is a horrible idea. He's trying to go for a Faust, though he could have been really stacked up there, going for the line of sight blocker as well. Beckenwerfer does get a good shot off, didn't actually get the Faust off. And Storm Pioneer is trying to pair up the Panzer IV now. This gun trying to push its way forward, but that's not going to be great. Incendiary grenade could be thrown over the wall, and this conscript squad gets ripped apart. And this conscript squad, oh, he could have wiped that. He probably saw the health and like, oh, better retreat back, and not realizing that he was winning that fight. He could have lost both his conscript squad. He does go for another conscript squad. Maybe a good idea to go for a guard squad. It's only marginally more expensive, especially when you need to spend time for the munitions on and manpower for reinforcing the 7-man squad. Going for another guard squad probably would have been a bit better.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Their suppression there does pin the Sturm Pioneers. But now the Maxim is receiving quite a bit of hits. Got the Ziscon advancing forward, trying to get some good shots in.
Access to ISU-152 tanks. ISU-152 tanks are now available to wreak havoc on enemy fortifications.
There's a bit more fuel and much more manpower before we pull out the ISU-152. Let's see, 23 fuel per minute. That's going to be around 3 minutes worth of fuel, and he will need 3 minutes worth of manpower. So he needs to be a bit more defensive for the time being to get his manpower income up. 7-man squad has been researched on that squad. And now the Panzer IV is trying to engage. Speaking about manpower, or the lack of, Conscript squad is getting hit quite severely, needs to fall back sooner rather than later. I think our Volcanographers trying to set up on a location. And now we got the combat engineers are playing out some landmines there. The guard squad dropped this other PTRS. No, that's actually from the Obsolescence squad. The Obsolescence lost the picked up PTRS, which actually is a boon for the Obsolescence squad. Ooh, that combat engineer is so wounded. Maxim trying to make his way forward. Will receive potential a lot of fire. Guys, this barrage from now raining on in. Panzer IV does roll a miss there. Guards Rifleman could potentially get a button off. Ziskan finds a hit there as well. Now it's a good time for a button. But no button there. He likely won't be able to hold it for long with all that infantry force nearby, and didn't want to risk getting a Faust onto his T-5476. Landmine has been found by the Obsatsen, as these Volksgrenadiers are advancing. Up here, looks like the Maxim getting some great hits on the Sturm Pioneer. The Panzer IV is above 50% health, so is able to withstand 2 shots, as the Maxim does receive quite a bit of fire right there. Combat conscript squad will receive quite a bit of fire from the Volksgrenadiers. Do get the cutoff point there. And got a mark target on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is one shot away from death, and the Panzer IV does in fact go down. Now we've got a full Panther now on the field. A full Panther would be very useful against the Panzer IV and against the ISU 152. Volksgrenadiers making their way forward. Getting some good damage there on the conscripts, and the conscripts do fall back. Panther now in pursuit, and the conscripts sandbags can immediately get crushed before they even got fully built.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture
Conscript squad is falling on back, getting some good, receiving a lot of damage there. He does fall back in time. Volksgrenadiers making their advance, and not to the cutoff point here. But we do have now ISU 152 now deployed out in the field. Those is being immediately loaded with high explosive. As T-76 rolls a miss there on the Volksgrenadier, this is going to try for a city grenade there on the Zis gun. The Volksgrenadier about ready to see a deadly hit there. So wounded there. There goes our Volksgrenadier squad. This gun set on up, help trying to ward away against the Panther. Very good hit there. And it looks like they lost another combat engineer. I think that was a fresh combat engineer as well. Up north, we got the Obsatsen and the Volksgrenadier contract packed up to the northern point. Conscripts, one level of efficiency. And they're getting some good damage there onto the Obsatsen. Obsatsen are at efficiency too. They get the increased accuracy and all this damage output. They also have bundle grenade right there. And the conscripts do eat it entirely, however, they're behind hidden cover. So only eat it by 50%. Volksgrenadiers are going to fire, or the Volcanoworks is going to fire a shot if he has vision. And now here comes IC-52. Does receive a hit there from the side from the Volcanoworker. We got the PDRS shot raining on in from something that may have been from the Jaeger infantry. The ISU-152 needs to fall back and say a bit too much damage right there. Another good hit there. And the T-34-76 is quite wounded. Starting to load up some armor-piercing rounds and engage that Panther, which is a good idea. This gun has been recruited. He can use the 7-8 squad to get mergent with it to get up his all of his members. Armor-piercing rounds are reloaded and up, but the ISU can use the concrete piercing rounds in order to hit that Volksgrenadier. T-34-76 is advancing. This gun's firing. Guardsmen do not find a button there. And the Volksgrenadier squad does fall back. Another mark target onto the Panther, which will just continue to spot it. And the Pinto Mount could potentially take out the aircraft. Got a good hit there onto the Panther. And a stun grenade does go connect. Does fire armor piercing round there onto the Sturm Pioneers. And the armor piercing round does find a direct hit there onto the Obersatzen. This gun's receiving quite a bit of flanking shots there. McKenna Warfare does get forced back there. And now the Ziscon does get decrewed once again. High explosive rounds being loaded up. And the Panther is firing some rounds against the conscripts. Sector assault is now available. Another squad of guards troops. Got a bit of munitions here, enough for a marked target, and for a single strafing run.
We are down to 100 points.
Another Panther's on the build queue. That's going to be a lot of Panthers.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Two Panthers all you should need. Anything more than that will definitely be a bit wasteful. Jaeger Light Infantry do find a good hit there on the conscripts and got an incendiary grenade now being thrown, which should help burn away the sandbags as well as the conscripts. Guards Rifleman Squad, Fresh Squad does get forced back. Maximum needs to rotate his gun around. And now we do got the T-34-76. It had 2 levels of efficiency at level 1 gates ability to capture points. And direct hit there on those Volksgrenadiers, forcing it back. Guards Rifleman can get the button off, as well as Kavats get some rear armor hits there with the PTRS rifles. IC-52 has high explosive rounds loaded on up. Use a concrete piercing round to take on that cannon warper, but it's a good hit either way. Mark target and sector assault are now being called on in. First round or strafes does connect with the IC-52 as well as the second one. No button vehicle onto this Panther. Maybe good idea to just protect this IC-52. This Panther is advanced, so it does have a marked target onto him, and also the IC-52 does escape the loiter range. T-34-76 finds some good hits there onto the rear arm of the Panther, and this combat engineer, his only combat engineer, oh, he got a fresh one, has gone down. Good hits there on the Panther, as well as this Panther does a marked target on him. Does use an AT grenade there, and does get the snare there as well. Looks like an AT grenade. T-34-76 is advancing forward, trying to get some damage there on the Obersatzen. And now the Panther is going to reverse move with his rear armor exposed. And getting a good hit there on the T-34-76. T-34-76 is at Metro C3. Next shot does not come out. IC-52 getting repaired up as well. He needs a lot of time to repair, so maybe a good idea to use the vehicle. No, that's not the doctrine of the vehicle crew repair. Maxim does suppress this. Volksgrenadier does not throw a grenade onto him.
been targeted.
Good hit there and does fall back. And looks like Jaeger Infantry has picked up the PTRS that was dropped. He's good hits there with the Jaeger Infantry, and the squad of Pinto Mounts is able to get enough wounded action for the sniper to start picking away against those conscripts. That sniper just fired 3 shots and got 3 kills.
The sector is at risk.
IC-152 finds a hit there on the retreating squad. Now Jaeger Infantry and the Panthers are moving way forward. Panthers are repaired. ICU-152 is not, and he does only have the 1 squad of combat engineers. He needs to get out another squad of combat engineers. The Jaeger Infantry sees a nice hit there from the ICU-152, and now this Panther start makes his way forward. Gets a great hit there onto the Guards Rifleman as well. Explosive round does connect, and still high explosive round loaded up in the back of the ICU-152. Fresh SU-85 has been put on the field that should be able to support up the ICU-152, no problem.
Enemy forces capturing.
And Maxim does fall back. Nice high explosive rounds there from the ICU-152 onto the Volksgrenadiers, and now the Obsatzer Infantry C4. Panthers pushing way forward as well. SU-85 does find a hit there. Looks like he may have focus sight turned on. Yep, you can see the spotter right there with focus sight turned on. Getting 2 good pens there. Maybe a good idea for the ICU to get a little bit of armor piercing, but does throw a nice high explosive round onto the Obsatzer. Guards Rifleman receives some hits there. And the Obsatzer squad does run by with the health regen ability on. And there goes that Guards Rifleman. Got left out to dry. Great hit there on the Mechanowarfer. It does get fully decrewed there.
Supply sector under attack.
Jaeger Infantry pushing away forward. Does receive a hit there. Panther receives a AT grenade there. And Lucy does take out the Mechanowarfer with that random shot from the Panther. I don't think that was a forced destruction. I think that was a missed shot.
50 points remaining.
Soviet players down to 50 points. That's not a whole lot of points remaining, but it feels the Soviets are in a good position with this armor. Panther's a counter unit, while the ISU-152 is definitely a field presence unit with the T-3476. The Soviet player has more, even though it seems like he lost more squads this game, he has to point out more items to apply pressure to his opponent. Panthers, they don't really apply pressure, they're a counter, like the SU-85. However, the ISU-52, that definitely applies pressure, so does the T-3476. SU-85 finds a rear armor hit there onto the Panther. Another good hit there as well. Got a mark target onto that wounded Panther. We do got the mechanized HQ right here for repairs. He's maybe saving for King Tiger. He does have enough munitions for a sector assault as well. Now it's time for a sector assault to defend himself. That Panther's almost down and does get body blocked by the victory point. And not victory point, but the victory point. It does go down thanks to it. The other Panther, it has some mark target and still very much exposed.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands. The enemy has 300 points remaining.
He needs to get out of arc. That is a deadly location. And nor does he have a Mechanowarfer available anymore. Panther is trying to charge him forward, but that's going to just get himself killed. I am not sure what he's doing at the
We
moment.
are losing supplies to the enemy.
Armor piercing rounds are loaded on up. It's a deadly hit there. And SU-85 does not send a shot right there. Consequently, he can hoorah forward for an AT grenade, but the shear pan support is still a bit of a problem. He can go ahead and start sieging down the shear pan supporters, which will force him to pull out King Tiger. He does not have enough time to even fly out pads of 4 at this moment.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Conscript got left out to dry. Does go down as well. This game can still go either way. The Soviet player has a lot of tickets to claim from his opponent. And he is lacking infantry for that purpose. Conscript pushing way forward does find the Volksgrenadier, and T-34 should force back those Volksgrenadiers no problem. It could still potentially be a wipe right here.
Marking available.
All depends on how the T-34 performs. And does get forced back. But it's there. We got another mark target here. Armor-piercing rounds are loaded. We need to button, but the button vehicle does come forward as well. Ugh. Panther charge to its death. And here comes the strafing round there. Trying to T-36, but thanks to being on a road, able to avoid a lot of that fire. And now all the Soviet armor is going to fall back. So suppression there, but retreating back to the combat engineers is perfectly fine. There's a T-34 waiting for them for repairs. Armor piercer rounds are loaded on up. Need to switch up to high explosive. And good hits there onto the ICU 152. Pioneers have been suppressed. Now the Old Sausage Squad is advancing forward. Gets some good damage there. Goes out bundle grenade there. Gets the gunner. Though still in arc and we're seeing more and more suppression right there. It does actually fall back, and the Old Sausage should be able to heal themselves out of combat, no problem. M5 half track, good idea. Needs the anti-aircraft. The OKW player is spending his manpower another Mechanism, but she does need, but he also needs a whole lot of manpower for King Tiger. Opsawson gains some great hits there onto the guardsman. It does drop a DP there. That actually is a big loss. The Opsawson need to pick that weapon up, though they may. No, they don't have another weapon loaded on up. Axel round does get a small hit there onto the Sturm Pioneers. Volksgrenadiers are advancing, and the Mechanism trying to stop the capture receives a deadly hit there. He needs to retreat back sooner rather than later, or just get wiped out. Volksgrenadiers trying to capture that weapon now. Receives a good hit there as well. Volksgrenadiers may fall back. They'll probably get wiped out. They still potentially get wiped, but the Mechanism is getting hit first, and the Mechanism goes down as well. Yeah, you really can't deploy out support weapons like that, especially for Mechanism versus the ICU. And there goes the other Mechanism. And that Navy game, he has nothing left to engage with these vehicles. Now the T-34-76 has free reign over his opponent. Oscar proclaimed themselves a Mechanism. Maybe good idea is to force fire destruction the other one. He does have a veteran infantry, Vet 5 infantry all across the board. He needs to get out King Tiger as soon as possible. He can play around the VP game because he doesn't need a whole lot of time holding the VPs to win the game. And T-36 is going to take time to capture points themselves. Some of these carcasses are being recovered. And the guard squad is getting some good damage there. Jaeger Light Infantry, however, is in the region, so able to quickly pick off those squad members. T-36 finds a deadly hit there. The single PQS on the guard Jaeger Light Infantry squad is not going to be enough to engage that T-34.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Howdy. Ooh, good hit there by the ISU 152. Found a round right in the middle of the Sturm Pioneers. T-36 trying to capture up the VP, very nice. And soon there'll be a triple capture against the OKW player. Eagle Infantry trying to back away a little bit.
Close air support is available.
And do now have, of course, the Sturmer that can be called on in. Though a single run, and there's no, there's a Volcano Whipper now. We can perhaps use that to get it decrewed. Volkswagen trying to stop the conscripts. Them spotting the Mechanized HQ is quite important because he needs that Mechanized HQ to stay alive for future repairs for King Tiger. King Tiger is pretty close to being deployed on out. Volcano Whipper, the capture for Volcano Whipper is going to finish it off, however. Volkswagen can't win out the fight, and the Volcano Whipper, freshly built Volcano Whipper, does go down there. Does call in straight front there, almost wipes out the infantry squads, does not. And this stuff should be able to clean up that Mechanized HQ. He actually lost the Jaeger Light Infantry in that engagement as well. It was up here, right? It must have been gone down. Let's see, one model down right there. So it must have found a bad retreat path and died. King Tiger's now deployed on the field. They basically have no support, especially even lack of manpower for any sort of reinforcements. Volkswagen is pushing way forward to support without the King Tiger. He needs to hit that Volcano Whipper for the King Tiger. Finds a hit there. Receives a bounce in return.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
King Tiger receiving a hit there from the Zis gun, as the guards riflemen are getting some good hits there on the Volksgrenadier. Guards rifle has fallen back. King Tiger's down half health. Sturm Pioneer is far from being reinforced, and this is a shooting gallery. The King Tiger's gonna go down. Yeah, that's. He's gonna ram the tank. He didn't ram the tank. Close range shot like that should be able to finish it off. Yeah, the T-34 claimed the kill of all things. With that going down, that's definitely going to be game. Volkswagen there trying to capture the point. I think he is backed out of the game. Yep, that's probably the end of the game. Right now, he's just doing nothing. Oh, that's the end of the replay. This is Anne Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.